Hello, Scream Demons, and welcome to the Screams from the Basement podcast.
This is the scariest horror podcast on this side of the Black Lagoon. Screams from the Basement discusses the best double features the genre has to offer.
We also interview the industry's finest that make our screams become nightmares. I am one of your creepy co-hosts. I am Casey.
And I'm Sam the Damned, and let's get screaming.
Let's get screaming as we crawl into the sewer, as we crawl into the sewers of Missouri, as we talk about two gator films on this week's podcast.
Yeah, we've got a great double feature. We've got 1980's Alligator and 2019's Crawl. Two movies that feature killer gators, but bring them to life in very different ways.
Very different ways. One, a all practical 80s extravaganza with a real alligator, a robotic alligator, and some miniatures. And then we get the 2019 pure CGI version.
Yeah. And both
two
of them pull it
movies
off really
that
well.
pair. Yeah, I was gonna say two movies that pair well together and show off what you can do with a low budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Because neither one of these are huge budget movies. But yeah.
Well, Sam, let's jump into this because full disclosure, listeners, this is our second time recording this episode. We tried to record the first time during the same storm that happened in Crawl. We tried to record a podcast during that. Obviously, that did not work. The weather, Mother Nature was not on our side today. But Mother Nature will be on our side today as we're talking two gator movies.
Yeah. It was pretty spotty. Our internet connection was faulty.
Was faulty, to say the least.
Yeah.
As a tornado was coming towards both of us.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, let's jump into this 1980s Alligator, directed by Louis Teague, written by John Sayles, story by Frank Ray Pirelli. The movie stars Robert Forrester as Detective David Madison, Robin Riker as the love interest, Marissa Kendall. You have Michael V. Gazzo as the police chief.
Yeah,
like he's the friendly police chief that does it by the books. And then you have Dean Jagger as Slade, the bounty hunter killer, and then Sidney Lasik as Luke Gutschel.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
what is Alligator all about?
Alligator is a boot. A detective already fighting male pattern baldness is faced with a new foe, an alligator named Ramon living in the sewers and eating people. As he hunts down the killer gator with the gator's former owner, now a renowned gator scientist. A bunch of rich fucks that are responsible for this alligator's rapidly growing appetite are also preparing a wedding. How are these two things going to collide? You bet they will, and it's going to be glorious.
It's going to be glorious.
Glorious, yeah.
Sam, so this was a first time watch for me.
Yes.
This has been on your wish list for this for us to cover on this podcast.
Yeah.
What is it about Alligator for you?
This movie is it's the epitome of 80s creature feature to me. Like it's so goddamn good in the way that it brings the gators to life with all these like different practical effects. Years ago, before this got saved by Shout Factory and then got put as a mainstay on Shudder, I saw a GIF from this movie, and it was an alligator, eating people at a wedding and flipping tables over, and I was like, oh my god, this is cool. And I was chasing down this movie for so long, and then when Shout Factory saved it, I was so ready for it. And the wedding scene lives up to the hype. Like the third act of this movie is absolutely bonkers. This is one that I pop on all the time. It is an anytime movie. It's just if I'm struggling to pick something to watch, Alligator is one of those like go-tos that I'm just like, yeah, I'll throw on Alligator again. I love this movie. Casey, what about you? First time watch. How do you general thoughts about Alligator?
General thoughts about Alligator. I like this movie. I don't love this movie like you do.
Hmm.
General thoughts. I love all the special effects. Every time that Gator Ramon is on screen, I love him. It
Yeah.
brings exactly what I want from this movie. It is over the top. It's exactly what you expect from a creature feature. But yeah, the practical effects are really the standouts in this movie on how they use an actual alligator, which we need to talk about. They
Yes.
use a robotic, like animatronic alligator, and then they
Yep.
use miniatures with like puppets and like, so they use like every trick in the book that they have at their disposal, and I think it
Yeah.
totally works. The characters for me are my biggest issue, and we'll get to that a little later. But I mean, you don't go to a creature feature for the characters though either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we gotta mention who this alligator is.
Yeah. Morris,
Morris.
who recently passed at the, I think he was in his 80s.
He was
Like
in his 80s, yeah.
he was an old gator. And he had been living in retirement for quite some time after destroying the set of the 90s sitcom Coach. Um,
And
his
after biting
handlers.
Chubbs's hand off,
Yeah, and Happy Gilmore. It's weird. We didn't plan this, but Happy Gilmore 2 just came out, and we're celebrating Morris on this podcast. Um, yeah, and
happy
Morris has a
accident.
little,
Yeah,
well, probably not actual Morris, but Morris does have a cameo in
he
Happy
does
Gilmore
technically.
2.
Yeah,
Technically, yeah. So, yeah, Alligator. I love this.
alligator. So the cold open of this movie takes place at a like alligator sanctuary amusement type place, a
Yeah,
reptile gardens for all
yeah.
our South Dakota listeners, where a guy is wrestling a gator, gets bit by said gator, and we
Yeah.
just it's like a little tease for the carnage that's about to happen in the movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun. I love the line, hey folks, sometimes the Gators win. Like
Listen,
it's
after watching both of these movies, the gators always win.
yeah, I was about to say the Gators win pretty like we could talk about how Crawl ends. Um, but like those Gators took some victories in that movie.
Yeah,
But yeah, the alligator wrestling scene, moving into like the little girl getting the pet gator from the little baby gator from one of the salespeople at this reptile garden, um, only for it to get flushed down the toilet by her like weirdly like angry dad who
angry,
just like
probably alcoholic dad. Yeah,
yeah, it's weird. Like it doesn't feel like there's any inciting incident for him flushing this little baby gator down the toilet. She's just not home and he's like, "I'm doing it." And I'm like, "Okay, dick."
well, the funny part of this is we find out right away in the beginning where this movie takes place. It takes place in Missouri. The first
Missouri.
place I always think of when I think of alligators, Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
movie takes place there. I mean, I guess in South Dakota we have reptile gardens on the west side of the state, so I guess it's not too crazy that there might be some sort of alligator amusement attraction in
Yeah.
rural Missouri.
Yeah. But then it transports this gator into a very urban setting, which is
Yeah,
kind of cool.
the most
I love that.
urban Missouri city.
Yeah. I love the juxtaposition of like the wildlife coming into the city and that it's always just such a I mean honestly kind of both of these movies do that. Like both of these feature gators that are in places that they really shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um
mean the one thing everybody talks about with Alligator is that Alligator is a quote unquote Jaws ripoff.
mhm.
Which besides being an animal attack movie and having someone hunt it and the main character being a police officer, there's not much in similarities
No.
between the two. I guess the like core DNA, I guess, of Jaws is there. But the biggest difference that I see in the two movies is Jaws makes you afraid to go in the water. Like if you
Yeah.
go to the beach, if you go to the ocean, then you're worried about a shark.
Yeah.
Here, the alligator comes to us.
Mhm.
It's the Michael Myers thing. We bring the killer to you.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It is very much the like Michael Myers coming to Haddonfield from Halloween '78. I love the urban legend aspect of it, like because it's very much, we've all heard the stories of like there's a gator living in the sewers. Don't go near, like don't go near that sewer drain. And I just love that
Which
this
I
movie
100% believed as a kid. Like, stay
right.
away from the sewer drains.
Like you have to believe that as a kid. Like it's one of those things that in your child brain that makes sense, it makes sense that a gator would come this far, you know when I was a kid I thought megalodons existed. I know science now. And they do not, but it is what it is. um yeah. So after this alligator wrestling sequence that opens this movie, we're introduced to our lead character, Detective Madison, played by the late great Robert Forrester. Um, he goes and he buys a dog. Like this is the first time we're seeing him. He goes, he buys a dog from a pet store.
For
The pet store
$15.
owner, yeah, for $15, at
Steal.
Getchell's pet store. And Getchell is played by a character actor who I'm blanking on the name, but he was also the sarcastic asshole English teacher in Carrie that mocks Sissy Spacek for liking Tommy's poem. Um, Always fun to see him pop up, and he is really like hamming it up in this movie. Like he's a character actor, and he chews the scenery, and he knows what kind of movie he's in. But yeah, Robert Forster comes in. He buys a new dog. He explains that he's buying a new dog because his old one got stolen. And Getchell, this pet store guy, immediately gets sweaty. And you know that something's up. Like, you're not like, oh, well, he had something to do with it. But Robert Forster, not really being in detective mode, apparently doesn't pick up on it. Um,
But we find out really quickly in the movie, though, what's happening with these
yeah.
dogs. Is
Yeah,
that they're
because
getting picked up off the streets or finding stray dogs, and they're ending up at like this like scientific research facility.
yeah, and like the whole thing is they're putting growth hormones in these dogs to see how big they can get them. Um, and they're testing on dogs, but they're talking about it being like a food supply thing. So like you assume they're gonna, obviously this isn't going to be meant for dogs. It's gonna be meant for like food source animals, I
Like
suppose.
cows or
Yeah.
pigs or whatever. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like this place is awful. They clip the larynxes of the dogs so that they can't bark. Um, it's just it's a really yucky setup, and you immediately are like, oh, I want these people to die, and you're in luck because they do.
They do.
um,
One of the
yeah,
funniest parts here in the first act is Chekhov's fake bomb,
yes, Chekhov's fake bomb.
where this guy takes claim to. So all these bodies start appearing in the sewer,
Yeah,
and Detective
body
Madison
parts, not even
body
just full
parts
bodies. Yeah,
body parts start appearing, and Detective Madison is the one on the case. But during this, some random guy off the street comes into the police station and says, it's me, I'm the killer," and has a bomb strapped to his chest and says, "I'm going to blow this place up in 2 minutes."
yeah, and Forrester and this rookie cop who like instantly just is like, you're bluffing. They get him. They find out it's just a radio attached to a clock. But it comes back later.
Somehow.
Yeah. Um, in the meantime, like there's this press guy that's kind of an asshole who brings up that Robert Forrester's past partner in a different city was killed. He gets the detail wrong on purpose, so the Forrester has to admit, like, no, he was shot. And the guy has like a real shit-eating grin. He says, "Oh, that's right," and you're just like, "Ugh, I want him to die," and you're in luck because he does.
Yeah, so we get really like two kills back to back here. I want to talk about first what this reporter looks like, because he is the
Yeah,
most sleazy reporter ever.
yeah, one
He's
hundred
wearing
percent.
like the super loose tie, a
Yeah,
really like baggy suit. He's like super tan, and he's
yeah,
smoking cigarettes all the time.
yep.
Like, always looking for the latest scoop. He's always looking for the latest hot gossip. Like, this guy belongs in Los Angeles, not in Missouri.
Not in Missouri, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a very Los Angeles vibe that he brings to Missouri. I mean, you even said it when we were watching this. This whole
Sam,
movie
where did
has a
they shoot
very
this
Los
movie?
Angeles. Yeah, they shot it in Los Angeles.
Yeah. It's the most Los Angeles, Missouri has ever
Yeah.
looked.
100%.
But the first death that we get after this is that rookie detective
Yeah, yeah,
who gets got by the gator. It's the first time that the Detective Madison realizes, oh, it's an alligator that's doing this.
yeah, yeah.
Because he sees it happen.
Mm-hmm. Because we get Getchell in the beginning, but you don't even see that. I mean, you know it's a gator because of the title of the movie, but you don't see the gator
Yeah.
until the two of them go down in the sewer. And this whole sequence is immaculate. Like, it's lit so well. It's very tense. There's this great shot of them looking at a map with a flashlight. And when he, like, moves the flashlight up to look around, the lighting just comes up just a bit, enough for you to catch a glimpse of the gator just hanging out on a ledge right above their heads. And it's terrifying.
It's good
It's
stuff.
so
Yeah.
freaky. Yeah.
Both of these movies really know how to shoot their gators.
Yes, 100%.
And make them terrifying creatures that us as the audience are scared of.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then the reporter finds his way down there after hearing Robert Forrester say there's a gator down there.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to go check this out. He brings his camera with and starts firing off, photos of the gator while he's down there. He gets eaten.
Yeah.
And I think that's another positive of this movie is that the town is very quick to start believing this.
Oh, yeah.
Which otherwise is usually dragged on like until the third act or through the whole movie where it's just our main character trying to convince everyone, hey, this is real. This crazy thing that's happening is real. No, everyone believes this, and they send in like their entire police force down into the sewer.
Yeah. Yeah. They have like pots and garbage lids and stuff, and they're making noise, trying to back him into get him through a very specific outlet where they've got like a big SWAT team waiting for him.
Yeah.
And the gator's tricky. He doesn't fall for it.
He doesn't fall for it. Instead, he makes his way to the mean streets of Missouri, and while these random group of local kids are playing street baseball,
Yeah.
playing stickball,
Burst through the sidewalk.
And he just bursts through the sidewalk. A gigantic, like 25-foot alligator comes bursting out, chasing after these kids.
Yeah.
And again, this is where those practical effects come in, because you see that it's a real alligator at one point. You see that it's like an animatronic. You see that he's like messing with miniatures at another point too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is so good.
The scale of him is great because they do like an overhead shot where the gator, it's like clearly miniatures, but like the gator is the length of like 3 cars, and it really sells just how massive this thing is. And like even when you can see the seams on practical effects work, it's so
Nothing
beautiful.
beats it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But this one does a good job of knowing where to cut and what scenes and what shots need.
Yeah.
The real alligator, when we need the animatronic, when we need a POV shot of the gator.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
it's the thing where movies are magic, and this is those magic tricks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
So this is where you get the other comparison to Jaws. You get our Quint type character.
Yeah, the big game hunter who has hunted exotic animals all around the world. What a dick. And
he's the guy from Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Yeah. He comes in, the city asks him to come in and get this gator. I really like this guy. In my notes, I just call him white collar douchebag Quint. My favorite scene with him is when he's talking to the news reporter, and he is very clearly like hitting on her, and he starts doing the weirdest alligator mating call you've ever heard. He just like starts going into the microphone while giving her doomy eyes, and it's so fucking funny.
This guy is like evil Steve Irwin. He's Steve-ul Irwin.
Steve-ul Irwin.
Yeah. just a womanizer chasing down the big game and killing them.
Yeah, yeah. It's fantastic.
But he hires like
yeah.
this local group of young men to help him hunt the gator because they know the streets better than he does. Only for them to just like stumble across the gator. They really don't help him at all.
No, no. He's tracking the gator anyways, so he doesn't really need him. But it is kind of fun to watch him like get out of the store with the case of beer and like start tossing them cans, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll show you around." And they do chicken out when they get where they assume the gator is going to be, which is a pretty funny thing. Um, and it's a smart gator because it hides in a big giant pile of trash. Um, I
And then swallows our big game hunter like feet first,
Yeah,
whole. He's horizontal inside the alligator's mouth. It's such a great visual. Like it
yeah,
looks like the scene where Patricia Arquette is getting swallowed by the giant worm Freddy Krueger,
yeah.
except instead of Freddy Krueger, it's a giant freaking alligator.
Yeah, yeah, it's so fun, and it's just he's got one of the best deaths in the whole thing.
Might
Um,
be my favorite one.
yeah, yeah,
There's
it
another
might be
great one
mine
in the
too.
third act at the wedding, but
Yeah, and just the way that it's lit too, like the lighting on the garbage bags kind of has it so you're like kind of looking in this trash pile, going like, well, goddamn, where's the gator? Because that could be the gator. Is that a trash bag with just a little bit of light reflecting off of it, or is that the gator? So when the gator pops out, it's like it's a jump scare, and it does work. It reminds me a little bit of the Christine jump scare in the third act, where they're getting all set up in the garage to face off against her, and all of a sudden her headlights come on from under like the spare parts heap, and she just flies out of it. And that's basically what this gator does. Um, so John Carpenter totally watched Alligator and ripped that off. He was like, that,
totally
but with
ripped
a
off
car.
alligator. Yeah. At this point, David has kicked off the force. And it was
Yes.
funny when we were watching, because we watched this together. We watched the
Yeah.
Shout Factory Blu-ray that you had. And we compared the dynamic between Detective David and his police chief.
Yeah.
A
Played by
lot.
Michael Gazzo.
Yeah, who's so good. And we got to talk about more about him in a second. But
Yeah.
what their dynamic really reminded us of was Alan Arkin
Yeah.
and
Anthony
Anthony
LaPiglia.
LaPiglia
Yeah.
and So I Married an Axe Murderer. It just had that type of like dynamic between the two where he's not really harsh on him, but he wants
Yeah.
to play like detective that doesn't play by the books and doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his police chief is like, well, you kind of have to, otherwise I do have to let you go. I don't want to, but I have to. So it's very similar
Right.
in
Yeah.
vibe between the
It's
two.
pretty. Yeah. It's played straighter than that movie, but like
Yeah.
it's essentially the same vibe. Yeah. Um.
But
Yeah.
Michael Gazzo, we got to talk about this man's eyebrows because
Yeah.
they're putting in the work in this movie.
Yeah. He's got a glorious set of eyebrows. Like, I'd say they rival even Eugene Levy's. Um. Because these
Oh,
things
these are
are.
like Eugene Levy's if Eugene Levy's grew wings.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like they've got height to them too. Like
Yeah.
they're great. I love
Eugene
this
Levy
guy's eyebrows.
might beat him on thickness, but this guy's got
Got
him on height
wingtips.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I love this performance. He goes loud when he has to, but like he has levels to everything. Like it's not just bah 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 all the time. Like it's not just look, you gotta, like he has range in this movie. Which is something that like I feel like when you're looking at like police chiefs or police captains, they're usually either the reserved, like, oh, whatever type, or they are in your face and loud. And this guy's playing the whole spectrum of it. And I love that. Like, it makes him feel like more of an actual person than just a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in this whole thing. I love Gazzo's performance in this.
Well, while the gator's running around the mean streets of Missouri, you get another one of my favorite scenes is the kid in the pool scene.
The pool
where
scene.
there's a birthday party going on, and all these kids are picking on one of the other smaller kids. And they end up bringing him to a diving board in the backyard pool. And the kid on the diving board that's about to get thrown in sees the giant gator in the pool right below him, and he's like, guys, don't throw me in.
Blindfold.
And they throw him into the water, and all of a sudden all this red starts coming up out of the water, and all the other kids start running away. Mom. And we never hear back from any of them again.
No. And I do love how that's set up too, like, because after the gator bursts through, like, I want to say it's Robin Riker's character, who is really underwritten in this. She's great. I just wish she was given more to do in this movie. But she's like, he'll go for water. And then it shows a shot of him, like, of Morris just floating in this pool amongst all these pool toys. And you're like, oh, interesting. But then the movie keeps going, and you kind of forget about that until the kids are, like, get it, and you're like, oh, shit. This movie, you know, this gator demolishes both young and elders and does not care.
It doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
One thing that we love in our cheesy horror movies is a good old-fashioned explosion.
Yeah.
And this movie gives us three of them. 3 explosions in this.
Yeah. The first one is in the gator bursting out of the sidewalk. A cop car swerves to miss him and just flips over another car and just explodes on impact.
On impact. It's made of gasoline. That's all the car is made out of. It just blows. It literally, like, in the air before it hits the ground, like, blows up. It's awesome.
It's fantastic. And then the second one is when they find the gator in the river and they're chasing him in a boat, and they've got machine guns and hand grenades, and they're using all the tools at their disposal to try and kill this thing. But Morris messes him up, and one of the boats runs into the shoreline, and it's got a whole box of grenades. And during the collision, one of the people that had, like, an unpinned grenade drops it, and the boat just goes boom. And
it's in the boat with all the other grenades too, and I'm like, that would probably be a bigger explosion.
Probably.
But I'll take it. I'll take it. Anytime we can get a cool explosion in a movie, I'm all for it.
I mean, you get the big explosion at the very end.
Yeah.
So yeah, the river sequence is great. It's so over the top, but it's so much fun.
Well, speaking of over the top and so much fun,
the wedding scene.
Yeah. So I obviously, when we recorded this the first time, I already told you this trivia fact, but I'm gonna do it again because it's a really cool one. Yeah. This alligator in the movie, Morris Ramon, is a wedding crasher. This movie has a weird tie to Wedding Crashers, the Vince Vaughn Owen Wilson movie. Original writer Frank Ray Pirelli is a character in Wedding Crashers. He's credited as, like, old Italian man or something like that.
Yeah. I guarantee he's just like a cameo in the montage where they're just crashing all the different weddings. Yeah. Guaranteed, yeah. Yeah. But that's so cool.
Owen Wilson is a big alligator fan, and it's like, we have to get the original. There's a wedding crashing scene in that movie. We need to get the writer in it.
Wow, you wrote alligator? Wow, that's so fascinating.
Wow, there's like an alligator that eats everyone at a wedding. Wow. And it does. This alligator just stomps on in to this wedding, which we find out that's how the wedding connects to like the research group.
So it's the lead scientist who you find out is going to be the son-in-law of the guy who owns the company that's running these tests on animals that have been dumping these, like, bioengineered animals in the sewer, which is what's causing the gator to grow so large because he's literally feeding on mutated animals. Yeah. So the head of the company's there, the lead scientist is there, like all the bad people are in one place, you know? And then some poor help that get, you know, like Morris eats a maid first, and I'm like, she didn't do anything wrong, Morris. What are you
More
doing?
carnage. Give us more carnage.
But yeah, he's chomping through, he's flipping tables, he's tossing people, like a guy gets thrown right through the wedding cake. It's a great moment. Um the
He
groom,
uses his giant tail to just like knock people over and
yeah,
throw them into stuff.
yeah. He uses his tail almost more than his teeth in this movie.
At least in
um
this scene, he does.
in
It
this scene,
really
yeah.
shows off how powerful his tail is. Because at one point, he ends up like just Hulk smashing this car to
Yeah.
smithereens with his tail.
Yeah, with so he eats the mayor who's trying desperately to get into the like the town car of the head of this evil corporation who's been covering up all of this. And Morris doesn't stop at just eating the mayor. He's like, nah, I'm also going to get this guy. And he crushes it with his tail. I love the way this is edited. The final shot of it just being like blood pouring out of the like bottom of the, I don't know, wherever the door seals, you know?
Yeah,
It's not sealed anymore and it's leaking blood and it's fantastic. Like it's so good. It's such a great cap off to what is one of my favorite like massacre scenes in
yeah.
any
I'm
horror
gonna say
movie.
it's a great scene of just maximum carnage. It's
Yeah.
exactly what you want it to be.
Yep. 100%.
And then in the final act here, the Chekhov's bomb comes back into play as David steals some dynamite and this fake bomb from the police station and rigs it up to be an actual bomb
Yes.
somehow, some way,
And he puts it in the nest, in Morris's nest in
down
the
in the
sewer.
sewers. But as he's
And
trying to escape, he's like underneath a manhole cover, and there's this like old lady who parks her car right above it because she's like
yeah,
waiting for like the trash man to get out of the way.
yeah. And Robin Riker just like essentially shoves her out of the way and gets in her car and drives it so that Robert Forrester can escape.
So he can escape, and when he escapes, comes our big third explosion of the movie,
Yeah,
and the entire sewer system of this town blows up. It
yeah,
is up in air. The manhole cover like goes flying. There's flames coming out of the sewage drains. Like it's incredible. It's awesome
yeah.
stuff.
It's great. It's great. And then, of course, you have to have a sequel tease at the end of this. We go back down into the sewers, and there's a little baby gator that drops down, and it freeze frames on him. Boom. Alligator 2, The Mutation.
Well, Alligator 1, we covered it. We did
Yeah,
it. Sam, do you
we
want some
did it.
trivia on this movie?
I do. I want some trivia.
Well, first things first, shameless plug. We need to shout out our latest interview from last week with Justin Beam, who
Yeah.
did the special features on the Shout Factory Blu-ray for this movie. So if you want some
Hmm.
more behind the scenes content on Alligator, go check that out. Go check out our interview. But one thing Justin does talk about there is that the animatronic that was used for Ramon in this movie later ended up at the University of Florida as their mascot for many years. They used it in some sort of at their football games or who knows what.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The original film, written by Frank Ray Pirelli, it was set in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And instead of like them dumping like mutated animals into the sewer, this brewery was dumping their like wasted beer into the sewer, and that's how it mutated the alligator. He got drunk, apparently.
Drunk gator.
Drunk on PBR. I don't know what happened. Joe Dante at one point was tapped to direct this movie. He didn't want to do it because he already kind of made a Jaws quote-unquote ripoff with Piranha.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that Piranha and Alligator are my favorite, like, Jaws ripoffs, if we want to call them that. I think both movies are completely different than Jaws. Like, I get why people compare them because they're both like aquatic horror and they're trying to like they're doing similar things to Jaws, but I think they're doing them in very different ways.
Yeah.
Um, we should cover Piranha and Piranha 2 on this show sometime.
I've never seen the original two Piranha movies.
Oh,
I've seen
dude.
Piranha 3D and 3 Double D.
So 3 Double D is terrible.
It's
3D, the
terrible.
Aja one,
3D is
is
great.
really good. It's so
Yeah.
fun. I love that one.
Yeah.
It's so tonally different than Crawl, which is like, it's just funny that Aja did two aquatic horrors, but they could not be tonally further apart.
Well, last piece of trivia. This one was fascinating when I came across it. So Robert Forster would later appear in a very popular television program many consider the best television program of all time, Breaking Bad, with star Bryan Cranston. But that was not the first time those two met. No. They apparently met on the set of Alligator 1980, where Bryan Cranston was a PA on the special effects team.
Hell yeah.
Wild.
That's so cool. It's always
Wild
cool to
stuff.
hear like someone as prolific as Bryan Cranston literally started as a PA for like a special effects group. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know? Um, yeah, what a cool story.
Well, Sam, what are your... I'll go first
Yeah.
because I know what your score is. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I had a lot of fun talking about it. I had a lot of fun watching it. I only gave this 3 out of 5 exploding sewers. I didn't care. So there's a whole section of this movie we really didn't talk about with Robert Forster and like the love story of this
Yeah,
movie
with Robin Riker.
with
Yeah,
Robin Riker and him like dealing with like the trauma of losing his former partner.
yeah,
Both of those are really underwritten, and anytime we're not with the alligator, it spends time on those, and it's not as interesting as him just chasing the alligator.
yeah, yeah,
So I feel like when I watch this more, I'll grow more of an appreciation for it and can maybe move some of that stuff out of my mind while watching
yeah.
it. But all the practical effects are amazing. So many great set pieces. Love the explosions. It's a good time. Highly recommend Alligator if you have not seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this quite a bit more than you. This is one, like I said earlier, I pop this on all the time. This is an obsessive watch for me to the level that like Chopping Mall has been. Um, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I gotta give this one, like, I agree with everything you say. I don't know if the love story is necessary. I don't even think it's all that convincing. I think like Robert Forrester and Robin Riker are doing what they can with like a B movie script. You know what I mean? Like that, it is what it is. Um, but like after having watched this and just like lived with this movie for years, like that stuff doesn't bother me. Like it's just part of it, you know? And so this is an automatic like 5 out of 5 flying manhole covers for me. I love it. It's just you know me. I love aquatic horror. I love creature features. This is just right up my alley. This is one of my favorites of all time. I love this movie. So, Alligator.
Alligator. Well, that's the first of our 2 alligator films on this here episode. Sam, let's get to our first ad read of the show.
Hell yeah.
We've joined the Full Moon Army, and we want you to take advantage of our exclusive offer to listeners of Screams from the Basement. Full Moon Features, best known for their Video Isle classic franchises, Puppet Master Subspecies, and the Evil Bong series, is offering 10% off every order on fullmoonhorror.com when you use our discount code SCREAMS at checkout. This goes towards all in-stock items, including Blu-rays, DVDs, replicas, action figures, and so much more. Heck, you could even buy a copy of Bad CGI Gator to go along with this Gator themed episode, and you can find us on the special features of that DVD and Blu-ray. Again, visit fullmoonhorror.com and use promo code SCREAMS at checkout to save 10%. Links in the episode description.
Radical.
Sam,
Casey.
let's crawl on over to 2019, the distant year of 2019, as we
Yeah.
are talking about Crawl from director Alexandre Aja, best known for his movies such as High Tension, the remake of Hills Have Eyes, and Piranha, which we just talked about.
Yeah.
This is written by Michael and Sean Rasmussen. Stars Kaya, how do you pronounce her last name? Scoldario?
Scoldario, I think. I think it's
Scoldario?
Kaya Scoldario.
And Barry
Scoldario.
Pepper,
Yeah.
reuniting from the Maze Runner series.
Yeah.
Sam, what is Crawl all about?
A college swimmer gets guilted by her older sister into checking in on her estranged dad during a friggin' hurricane. She finds her dad in his house's crawl space, and he's also surrounded by killer gators. Carnage ensues, dogs are in peril. Barry Pepper gets really fucked up. There's not much as far as plot goes. That's just what it is.
That's the plot.
But it does it really well.
Yeah, so Crawl is, when I was watching this, because it's the second time I've seen this now, it is a meat and potatoes horror thriller.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you expect from this movie and nothing more. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I want meat and potatoes, that's the most basic meal you can ever have. That's kind of this movie. It's done really, really well. It's a really good meat and potatoes meal.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting out of this movie.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was very excited for this movie when back in 2019 when the trailer dropped. I was like, "Oh, I'm in. Gators, a flood, basement, like all of my fear boxes are being ticked off, so I was like, we're seeing this, and Maria's an aquatic horror fan. She was like, "Yeah, let's see it." We went to this at like 10 o'clock on the Thursday that it opened because I had something until like 9. But I was like, we gotta see this opening night. We were the only people in the theater.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I love this movie. I jumped, I screamed, like we were like cackling with this movie on the first time watching the theater. It was perfect. The first time the gators appear, like the first time that like the gator like burst through, I screamed. Like I screamed out loud in the theater. It echoed. This is I don't know. This is another one that I put on a lot, not as much as Alligator or like Chopping Mall, but this is an old reliable. Meat and potatoes is a good way of putting it because it is very it's very basic. Like there's not a ton to it, but what it does really well.
Does really, really well.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing that drives me nuts in the beginning is we get Barry Peppers talking to a young Haley, our main character, and he keeps calling her an apex predator.
Yeah,
like
which is such a weird thing to call a swimmer, like
a swimmer, and she's like 10 years old, and she doesn't make the swim team, and he's like, just remember, you're an apex predator. And he brings it up later, and she kind of brushes it off even. I'm like, you're a bad sports dad. Just stop.
Yeah. You can totally see why they're estranged because it's kind of like, oh yeah, like this guy, all he cares about is swimming.
Yeah. It even comes up later, and he's like you can't forget why you fell in love with this in the first place. And she's like, because you made me. You made me take swimming.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good stuff. It's good character stuff. It's
good character stuff, and it's not like
sports dads. Sports dads are the worst.
Yeah, it's not like overplayed either.
No,
it's not like a lot of times the human drama in a creature feature will drag it down a little bit, and I feel like this one hits that balance pretty well. It's not very much a like we're gonna grind the movie to a halt for this heart to heart. Like the heart to hearts happen while they are actively trying to find their way out of the situation.
Yes, while they're in peril. So this movie takes place all in like a day. Yeah. Obviously less than a day.
Like a couple hours, really. It feels like,
Where she ends up at the house, realizes her dad isn't there. This is another thing that I'm just kind of like, why didn't we just go to the house that he's at already? Where it's...
Oh, yeah, where she goes to like what is the new house and he's
his
not
current residence versus the house he's trying to sell.
Yeah, the house they grew up in. And it's one of those, you know, like the first 20 minutes or so of this movie, you can kind of like you can kind of not watch them and you're not going to miss anything. You know, like you get that I mean, I guess you get that she's a swimmer and like she has a troubled relationship and everything. Um, my favorite thing in this opening before she gets to her dad and finds it is Wayne, the dipshit cop, who's like clearly still got a thing for her sister. They were obviously like high school sweethearts or something like that. And he's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, how's your sister doing?" It's like she's married with kids, dude. Like that ship
it's
has
over.
sailed.
It's
Move
over,
on.
dude.
But like Wayne is a good guy. Like he's just trying to help out. He tells Haley Kaya Scadario that you know she can't go through. Like they're not allowed to. And what does she do? She finds a way through and drives in anyways.
Hey, he's a good guy too. She asked him at one point, "Hey, if I can't go in there, will you go check on him for me?" And he does
Yeah,
later on in the movie. He brings another
he
cop with
does.
him to go check on him.
Yeah, and that doesn't go well.
It does not go well. Doesn't go. It
That
doesn't go
might be
well
my
for anyone in this movie that aren't our two main characters.
Yeah. Like I mean, I guess we can spoil it. The two main characters and the dog survive. Like I don't know how Barry Pepper survives with
Oh,
all the
Barry
shit that
Pepper's
goes
dead the
on.
next week. That dude has
Like that guy has gangrene, sepsis, like
gangrene.
all
Yeah,
sorts of
he
things.
he's losing. He lost an arm during the movie. He's
Yeah,
losing for sure his leg. Like that
yeah,
dude's. I don't know.
he
He's not gonna
is.
have much of a life after that.
No, like there is like some serious healing that's gonna have to go on there. Um, I love I my favorite gore effect, the one that makes me cringe the most,
Is it
is when
when?
he resets his own bone.
Yeah.
It's
Ugh.
so
Nasty.
gross. Like you see the marrow and everything, like as it's sticking out, and he's got the like wrench that he puts in, and he's tightening the like. I'm
Tightens
like,
it, and you see the bone
oh
go back in the skin. Ugh.
yeah. Oh, it's so gnarly. Like, and that's the kind of stuff that Aja is fucking great at.
Yeah.
Like Aja knows how to make a really impressive gore effect. He also knows how to direct a very tense set piece. Like there's almost always like some kind of ticking clock or some kind of like we have to get here before this happens in every single instance of this movie. I love that aspect of it.
And he uses the most out of literally this house and a gas station right across the street.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
all. That's all we get in this movie. We
Hmm.
start in the basement. We start in the cellar. She has her dog with that she finds at the first house,
Yeah.
and the dog leads her into the cellar because the dog knows that her dad is down there. He's
Yep.
already unconscious, broken leg,
Hmm.
been at it with these gators for God knows how long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like he's already been through the ringer by the time the movie starts.
Yep. And she's trying to drag him back to like the stairs. And that's when the gator like comes through the like I'm telling you, dude, I literally screamed. Like I was like it got me. It was bad. Um
I love the setup though that okay, we can get around this one gator. Like we can get out of here, and then a second gator shows up, and it's like, oh
yeah.
shit! Like we're not just going to be dealing with one alligator in this movie.
Yeah, and there are multiple gators. Um I love the looters in the gas station across. So like,
Stealing a whole ass ATM from the gas station.
right? Um, do you? I've always posited that this is a Jaws reference. Like this is a Jaws homage. But when the one is on the boat and you see it in the background more than like, I mean, it cuts to it like a closer shot later. But like one of the looters sees them shining a light from the basement and is like, "Oh, I think someone's over there." And he's like waiting out and you think he's going to get got because he's waiting closer to the house where you know the gators are. And then in the background, you see a gator lunge up onto the back of the boat and eat this girl from the legs up, and I'm like, that's Quint's death. Like that's literally
Yeah,
like they're doing a Jaws homage. I love that scene. Um, I love when the kid turns around and then he gets caught and dragged under by the gator, and there's the one in the
There's
fucking
one in
gas
the
station
store that
still
sees him
in the
in the mirror.
mirror. Yeah, and like even before that, there like he's looking out the window, and all of a sudden his friend is just getting slammed up against the glass, like all bloodied and shit. Like it is so good. Like that whole sequence is, it's scary. It's tense. It's like, and that mirror shot is just the cherry on top, where he just looks into the like the rounded mirror that the cashiers use to like check to make sure people aren't stealing. And there's the gator coming right around. I'm like, oh God.
And there's nothing he can do. Literally, he
No.
gets eaten right after that. Like he
Yeah.
sees the gator, does nothing, gets eaten, and it's done.
Yeah.
Like he's done
I
for.
mean, what are you gonna do? You're not
Yeah,
gonna
what
be
are you gonna
faster
do?
than a
Yeah.
gator to the boat. And even if you got to the boat, we just saw a gator eat the girl right off of it.
Well, apparently Barry Pepper thinks his daughter's fast enough to get to the goddamn boat.
I mean, she is.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, yeah. Um, yeah, and then right after this, like the gator carnage is pretty. The one thing like I will say, and I've heard this as a flaw from other people, and I don't necessarily know if it's a flaw for me, because I think outside of the carnage, there's a lot of tension based set pieces rather than like kill set pieces. But all the gator kills are like in one specific section of this
I
movie. It's
mean,
pretty
for
much second act.
this is like an 85-minute movie or something like that.
Yeah.
There's 5 deaths, like there's 5
Yeah.
kills in it. Like that's
It's
pretty
it's
damn
not,
great.
it's a pretty good body count for like the type of movie this is, especially being a chamber piece. Like you said, it's like 80 minutes. Like this is.
And it's nonstop. Like the tension is nonstop. As soon as she gets in that
Mhm.
basement, we're
Yeah.
going. And it
Yeah.
does not slow down for any of them. They get messed up in this movie. She gets bitten like right away in her leg by that
And
second gator.
she gets it in the arm when she's retrieving the gun, which is
Yeah.
amazing. I love when Wayne shows back up with a second cop.
The shot of him like looking down into the cellar.
Yeah, and just him like yelling back like, "Hey, I'm gonna need some boom." Gator jaws come up and just grab him and pull him
Pull him in.
down, and the fucking dog is just sitting there like,
Another thing, this thing the movie does, Krull does a great job with the dog
yes,
of putting the dog in peril to create tension, but
But
always
n-
making sure the dog gets out of it.
yes. Oh yeah, the best one is when he's swimming down the hallway at the very like end of the movie. I'm just like, oh my god,
Like
I
go.
can't watch. I know how that scene ends, and I'm still like every time I watch it, I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. It's because the dog is so fucking cute too.
It
Like,
is. See, that's the thing. Like so many horror movies do kill off the animal,
mhm.
where I think this does the right thing of like, let's use the animal to create
Yes.
instant tension.
Yeah, because you
Because
don't want to see that dog.
You
get
don't
eaten by a
ever
gator.
want to see the animal die. You could care less. I don't know. There's some weird connection that
Well, it's
while
because
watching
like
a movie. I don't know.
I think it's kind of a similar thing with like children, and I know you and I like cheer when kids get caught in horror movies.
I guess it
but
depends on the scene with a child. Like
it does, yeah. Like there are child moments where you're like, oh my god, no, and then there are things like the alligator scene where it's like, holy shit,
yeah, they got him. Or the blob. Like you got
yeah,
him.
or the blob, yeah,
But then you have what's the when evil lurks.
yeah, like that one is.
With that one,
You
I'm
do
like,
not,
oh no, that
you
one
do not
fucked
cheer
me.
for that scene. Like
Yeah.
that is messed up. I love Wayne's partner's death too, because he's out on the boat. He's waiting for Wayne to come out with, hopefully Haley's dad. And he sees like a swing.
Yeah, and decides
like-
to go check it out
Yeah,
for some
he
reason.
decides to go check it out, and I'm just like, buddy, I don't think that like you probably that's ominous, like, and I get that we're the audience and we're watching this and we already know that there are gators present and he might not, but I'm also like, you live in Florida, buddy. You gotta
Like
know
the
that this
water
a
is
possibility.
5 feet above the road
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. You should know there's definitely going to be gators in it.
Yeah, but he just gets. I mean, they stole his death in Happy Gilmore too. Honestly, But like, yeah, he
This
just
guy is
gets
the OG Eminem death.
yeah, he really is because his arms get torn off and his head just gets popped off, like twisted and popped off like a freaking pop can. Like
He
it's
doesn't yell
pretty
Detroit
gnarly.
when he dies, though.
No, he doesn't yell Detroit. My
One of my
favorite,
favorite parts. So, Haley goes swimming through the drain pipe out
yes,
onto the streets, and she's like looking up, like to get out of there, and you just see gators.
mm-hmm.
Like something's gonna happen. I can't remember if this is down in the basement or if it's right here, but she gets like one of them bites her and starts like rolling with her and spinning her.
That's at the very end. That's like one of the last set pieces of the movie because she has
That's
the
when she's
flare
back in
that
the
she
kitchen
sticks.
living room.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, when she's in the kitchen living room because she sticks the flare in the gator's eye to get it to let go.
Yeah. There's a
Um,
lot of alligator eye
yeah,
mutilation in this. She rips the eye
yeah,
out of one, or stabs the eye out of one of
yep.
them in the basement.
She shoots through the eye of one of them that clamps down on her arm while she's got the
Mm-hmm.
gun. Um,
More Happy
there,
Gilmore references.
yeah.
Tore one of them bastards' eyes out.
Um, Barry Pepper has a great line about halfway through this movie where he's giving her a pep talk and he ends it with, "We are gonna beat these pea-brained lizard shits."
Very
And I'm like,
Florida.
yeah, very Florida. It's pretty fun. Um, he also has a really cool gator kill where he traps one by like making some support beams like collapse on it, and then he fucking decapitates it with a shovel. It's
Yeah.
gnarly. It's like Jesus. um, she the one scene that always gets me like and not in a good way. I'm like, was there no one who was actually trained in CPR on set? Is when her
I
dad
wrote that
like
down
dies.
too.
Yeah.
She is
So her
going way
dad
too
like,
fast.
oh God, it's terrible.
It's
She's
like,
not. Yeah, she's come on, come on, and I'm like, that is not gonna revive him. And of course it does because it's a movie. But I'm like, was there nobody that was actually CPR trained on set? Like,
did she not
I
watch that episode of The Office?
right?
You go to the beat of Staying Alive.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
No, that's the wrong song.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I wrote that down too. She was going way too fast.
yeah, it's terrible CPR. But they get out, they find the looter's boat, and they're like, "Oh, we can get to that," you know. Um,
And
and
I like that they start making their way over there during the rain. They're like, the
yeah,
rain is going to mask us walking because the rain is coming down hard
and
enough
it's
that we won't make a sound in the water.
yeah,
And then the
like,
eye of the storm comes over them,
and it's
and
just
they have to
completely
stop.
silent.
And there's
Yeah,
no rain. They have to just completely stop. And they're like, what do we do? A gator swims right in between them.
yeah, yeah. And they
Then we
finally
get the
do
like,
get to the
you're an
boat.
apex predator. And
Yeah, and she does. She outswims the gator. She gets
she
to the boat.
decides to make so much noise while swimming to that boat, too.
Oh yeah, yeah. She is splashing like crazy. Um, but they finally get into the boat, and like these poor people cannot catch a break because they get into the boat and
Well,
the
they do
fucking
catch a
levees
break when the
break.
levee breaks.
Yeah, the levee. Yeah, exactly. The levee breaks, and the tsunami just comes through and pushes them right back into the
Yeah,
house.
as they're about to leave the area, just pushes them right back into the house they came from. It's
Yeah,
so good.
it's great. And
And the
that's when
water
you
at this
get
point is like up to the second level of the house.
yeah, like Barry Pepper and the dog make it to the steps. Well, Barry Pepper makes it to the steps, and he's getting the dog there, and like that's the scene where you're like, oh God, please no, not the dog. The dog gets saved, and then he's still looking for Haley. He's got that flare, and he's holding it out, and then the gator just comes up, grabs his arm, and snaps it backwards over the banister. So first it breaks, and that's bad enough because you're seeing the bone and the gristle and all that, and then the gator just tears it
Takes it
off and
off.
takes it, and it's just like, oh my God. I genuinely, the first time I watched this movie, I'm like, oh damn, like Barry Pepper just died. No, he didn't. He ties a belt around his arm, and he's fine to make it all the way up to the roof.
He makes it up to the roof while
And
Haley is fighting a gator inside of the kitchen, which is a great scene.
Yep.
She eventually makes her way into the living room, and she's like walking across the furniture. The boat's flipped over. She climbs on that to get to the
radio.
To the police radio.
Yeah. She finds the radio. She keeps picking things off of dead bodies, which is fun. It's a fun little trope. And then the shower sequence happens. Now, this was spoiled in the trailers.
Yeah.
Look, logistically, this scene makes no sense. We literally 30
Most of this movie doesn't. These people would be dead 2 hours ago.
This is a B movie.
Yeah. But the shower scene, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Because, I mean, we've just seen a gator crash through the front window, like the picture window up front. There's no way the gator couldn't crash through a glass shower door. But he can't. But I love the way it's shot because it's just the overhead shot of her vaulting over the shower door and slamming it shut right as the gator circles in. Masterclass.
Then it's just stuck in the shower, apparently.
Yeah, it's just stuck in the shower.
Well, then she makes her way out, and that's when that gator, she's upstairs. She's on the second level now.
Mm-hmm.
And that other gator bursts through the upstairs window.
Yeah.
It's so good. It comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, we're on the second floor. We're going to be okay.
Yep.
Just gator bursts through the window.
Yeah.
This is where it catches her and starts spinning.
The gators in this movie are basically the Kool-Aid Man. They just burst through surfaces.
Yeah. I mean, the other Morris did too in the other one.
Morris did too, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of the last big stunt. She gets up there and she's hanging off of the gutter and everything, and the gator comes and, eventually gets hit by some debris and knocked away. And right as she's gonna get swept away in the storm, Barry Pepper, with his one good limb left, is somehow able to lift her all the way onto the roof against a current. I'm like, that guy's dead from blood loss by this point, but sure.
He's an apex predator, Sam.
He's an apex predator. And then they send a flare, and there's a chopper, and the chopper starts lowering a basket, and you have the final shot of the movie is them giving each other the bearded Robert Redford gif look. You know the gif I'm talking about, where he's in the boat and he's just smiling and nodding. They're both just kind of doing that same thing to each other, yeah, we did it. And then it ends with an ironically poppy song about alligators.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the song that plays over the credits? I'm trying to remember what it is. I know what it is. I've heard it before.
I know the song, but I'm drawing a blank on what it is.
Well, I'll look it up here. I don't have there's not a whole lot of trivia on this movie, but Sam, what are your final thoughts on Crawl, and how many alligator eyes are you giving this movie?
So I love this movie. I don't know, like you said earlier, it's a meat and potatoes. It's pretty bare bones, but the bones that it has are pretty darn solid. Except for Barry Pepper's bones that break so easily.
Yeah. No, but they're apparently pretty solid. He's still walking around. Yeah, that's true.
He still gets up to the roof with a broken leg and one arm. No, I love this movie. It's so funny. I didn't bring this up, but the night that we watched that, we went home, we went to bed. I had the strangest dream that night that I was the alligator wrangler on set for this movie, and that I was just petting them like cats. They were the sweetest things. I was stroking them under the chin, and they had gator smiles on. And it was one of the best dreams I've ever had, to be honest. And I was really disappointed when I found out later that all of the gators were CG and they didn't use a single live gator. Because I'm like, that's a dream job. Not really, because I'm terrified of gators. But if it would have gone it in the dream where no one got bit and I was just getting to play with gators on a movie set, that would have been fun, Anyways. It's hard for me to be objective about this movie. It's not a 5-star for me, but it is a solid 4 out of 5 alligator eyes. I really love Crawl. Highly recommend it to anybody that hasn't seen it in the 6 years since it came out, because it's so much fucking fun. How about you, Casey?
Yeah, like I said at the top, this is a meat and potatoes horror thriller, and I think that's a good thing because Aja does it better than most.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't gone back to horror really since this. I know he had that like Halle Berry like thriller
Yeah, that was kind of
movie.
horror light.
Yeah, and so yeah, I would love to see Aja go back to this type of creature feature horror or something like The Hills Have Eyes, like something in this popcorn horror vein.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CGI though on these gators is awesome. Like this is how you
Mm-hmm.
do a low budget CGI movie.
Well, you know what's crazy is like all the storm stuff, that's all CG too. Like there's so many digital effects in this movie that you would not even realize. Like I don't know. Like it's
I
kind of
could tell
crazy.
like that they were on sets. Like
Yeah.
all of this was a
Yeah.
set, but I'm like, it's a movie. Like it's one of my favorite things while watching movies is knowing things are a set.
Yeah, like
I
no,
don't know. There's
yeah.
a practicality still to that, and that knowing it's
Oh,
a set.
yeah.
And again, using where your characters and your actors are still in the water doing all of this stuff and
Oh,
on
yeah, because they're like
sets.
soaking wet, and you can't
Yeah,
CG that. Like
no,
this isn't Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania where you just have a couple of people standing in a blue
blue room.
room.
Yeah, no, not at
Like
all.
there are tangible things there, which I appreciate that.
Yeah, I have a blast with this movie. I gave this 3.5 severed berry pepper arms out of 5.
Nice.
The song that plays over the credits, though, is "See You Later, Alligator."
That's right.
After a
Yeah.
while, crocodile.
Yeah. So good. I
So
love it.
good. Sam, we did it.
All
We
right.
did our
We did
Gator
it.
double header.
This
Good
yeah,
time. Yeah, please
this
go
has been
check out
fun.
both of these movies. I think both of these movies play well together and yeah, make for a fun Gator filled double feature.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. It's time for our second ad read of the show. Fangoria. Fangoria, for over 40 years, has been the leading source in horror for all things spooky, horrific, and macabre. The famed magazine is back with a vengeance each quarter with brand new issues of Fangoria magazine featuring interviews, retrospectives, and insight into the world of horror. We have an exclusive offer for our listeners to save 20% off their subscription to the magazine, the latest Fangoria merch, and so much more. You can visit shop.fangoria.com/screamsfromthebasement and use promo code screamsfromthebasement at checkout to save 20% off your order. Thanks, Fangoria, for helping support the show. All right, Casey.
Yes.
You've been doing a lot more than I have. So I'm just going to ask, what have you been doing?
Well, the first thing I've been doing, not to bring it down, but we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
The passing of the great Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, falls right into like he's the godfather of metal, but metal and horror are brother sister. Like they're one and the same.
And no one did horror-inspired metal quite like Ozzy.
No, I mean he's like Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is the original like horror metal. Like we don't
Yeah.
have, yeah, we don't have Alice Cooper. We don't have Rob Zombie. We don't have Ice Nine Kills. Like we don't have any of those without. We don't have Ghost without Ozzy.
Oh, hell no. No. I mean, and all of those artists will admit that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean their band Black Sabbath is named after a Mario
Mario
Bava
Bava
movie.
movie, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I watched the documentary "The Nine Lives of Ozzy Osbourne."
That's been in my watch list. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really like breezy. It goes through as much as you can in like a 90-minute documentary
Mm-hmm.
about Ozzy's life because there is so much about his life it just doesn't talk about and just kind of rushes through. But I mean, it does start from his childhood to Black Sabbath to getting kicked out of Sabbath to his solo career to him and Sharon to his reality TV show The Osbournes to his horrific accident that he has, and then all the way basically until the end. So it is a really breezy documentary that kind of gives you all the big hits you want to hear about Ozzy's life. But there's a final line in this where someone asked the interviewer asked Ozzy, because they recorded this, I think it was like 2019,
Okay. Okay.
maybe post pandemic. I don't know. Within the last like 5 years, they made this documentary. But the interviewer asked Ozzy, like, "Are you ever gonna retire?" And he's like, "God, no, I'm not. I'm never gonna retire. The only way you're gonna get me to retire is to put a nail in my coffin. Even then, I'll come back for an encore." And that's how it ends. I'm like, that's exactly what I needed this week. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Ozzy's
It's
the
been.
coolest, like legitimately a cool person. Sounds like a
Yeah.
good human being even with all his troubles.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that one that like celebrity deaths from time to time will hit me. Like I'm parasocial relationships are weird and I try not to like get super invested, but like when it's someone as like monumental as Ozzy that like I mean, I grew up with him. Like one of my
Yeah.
first CDs was Black Sabbath's greatest hits, and like yeah, it just that one hit. That one hit. I've been listening to a lot of Ozzy these past few weeks and
Same.
yeah,
And and I've seen. I haven't watched all of the his final concert yet. The
me
final
either.
Black Sabbath one. I've watched some of his performances and some clips from it, and I'm glad
Hmm.
he got that. And got
Yeah.
to go out on top.
Yep. Absolutely.
So rest in peace, Prince of Darkness. If you want to hear us talk more about Ozzy, we did cover his big horror movie. We covered Trick or Treat last
Hmm.
October. So if you do want to hear us talk more about Ozzy there, like where he plays a religious
Televangelist.
televangelist. Yeah, it's so good. He's so good in it. So yeah,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Prince of Darkness.
Hell yeah.
Some of the other movies I jumped into, a bunch of like 80s creature features on here. I watched
Nice.
Toby Hooper's Invaders from Mars for the first time. I I didn't like this movie.
Oh no.
The the practical effects are incredible. Like the setup is that this kid who's like obsessed with spaceships and wants to be an astronaut someday. His dad works for NASA, and he sees this giant alien spaceship come and land like basically in his backyard. No one believes him until like these brainworms start infecting the people of the town, including his parents. So they become infected. The only person that ends up believing him is his teacher, and or not his teacher, his school nurse. And they have like this. It's almost played like they're the love interests of the movie, but it's like a 10-year-old boy and his nurse.
It's very weird.
It's very weird. He keeps calling her by her first name, and it's like I don't know. It feels very weird. The kid actor, I can handle a lot with child actors, like they're child actors. Like I don't expect a whole lot,
Yeah.
but god damn, this kid could not act to save his life. Every line delivery was horrendous. Every time he would run, he would like flail his arms like this. He'd be like,
Wait, so he was Bob from House by the Cemetery?
yeah, Bob by House by the Cemetery makes or yeah, this kid makes Bob look like he's freaking Marlon Brando. This kid is so bad. What I compared him to is another terrible child performance is the kid in Anchorman 2.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember that kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awful.
I
So
mean
every time
that movie's terrible.
that movie's terrible. But yeah, this kid he took me out of it, and I could not get into this movie. There's some really cool practical effects with the aliens. Anytime those show up on screen, it's a ton of fun, but this would be a not recommend from me.
Oh shit.
And I would
Okay.
recommend like every Toby Hooper movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna watch this.
Yeah, you might your mileage may vary. You might like it, but this kid
Yeah.
took it out of
I'm
me.
I'm I'm curious. I'm very morbidly curious now.
I'm gonna save this one for you to talk about. Speaking of child actors and
Okay.
kid leads, um, I watched Spookies again. This is like the I
Yeah.
don't know, like the fifth time I've watched Spookies. Kayla had never seen it, and we literally just pulled off like every Vinegar Syndrome and Shout Factory Blu-ray I had that had a monster in it, and we tried to watch it. But yeah, I love this movie. It's got everything you would want. It's like a buffet of bad movies, is what
Yeah.
this is. You've watched this. We watched this together, right?
Yeah, we watch. I need to watch this again because I mean, I was high watching this, which I think is like probably
It's probably the way to
a
watch it.
benefit. Yeah, but I was also like, we also put this on at like 11 at night, and I am a
Oh yeah.
notorious like I get so tired past like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, this movie's fascinating because it is like two movies mashed together to
It
try to
really
make
is.
something coherent out of it. But it literally has everything you would want out of a monster movie. It's got a werewolf and spurs. It's got farting bog monsters. It's got a weird old man who's like casting spells on people. It's got
A
voodoo. It's
scantily
got
clad chase sequence.
Ouija's. Yeah, it's got zombies chasing a scantily clad woman. It's got a giant like Spider Woman at the end of the movie. This movie
Oh
rules.
God, it's so crazy. Yeah, I need to rewatch this one.
Yeah. Um I watched The Suckling for the first time, which is another Vinegar Syndrome movie that I picked up
Okay.
um a while back. I had seen clips of this on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst, and I was like, I have to watch this. And so this woman goes, the basic setup for The Suckling is this woman goes to an abortion clinic slash brothel.
God,
Great
what?
business model, like having those two together. Yeah, that just makes sense. And she aborts her mutated child, and the child ends up in the sewer, much like Morris the alligator, and begins mutating. And he starts mutating and eventually like comes up through the toilet and starts killing off the people um in this brothel slash abortion clinic.
Oh my God, that sounds
Super
crazy.
super low budget, like ridiculously low budget, but the practical effects for this mutated aborted child are incredible. Like, this is the transcendent stuff horror only horror can do.
Yeah.
You're going to love this movie when you watch it.
Oh, I'm very excited to see this. Question,
Yeah.
random. Have you watched, I think it's from like 2019 or 2020, have you watched the movie Snatchers?
Snatchers.
Okay. I feel like we should do the Suckling Snatchers double feature. Because Snatchers is like about a teen girl who gets pregnant, and finds out that her fetus is not human.
Okay,
And
I remember this poster. Yeah.
yeah, and she gives birth to it like way early. Like it's a very fast growing pregnancy. Like it's an alien pregnancy essentially. And then she has to stop her like birthed fetus from like going on a rampage through her town. It
Yeah.
kind of fizzles out a little bit towards the end, but like it's pretty fun. I feel like they would go well together.
Yeah. The Suckling is definitely a lowbrow version of that.
Yeah. Cool.
Uh, Going through some of my other ones here. This is my last one before our crossovers. I made it out to the State Theater to watch Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train.
Jealous a
Um,
little bit. Jealous of this. I've never seen this one.
yeah, I had never seen it either. There are a number of Hitchcock movies I have not seen. Of course, I've seen Psycho and The Birds and Rear Window and
Right.
Vertigo,
The big ones, yeah.
the big ones. But there are some like this, like Strangers on a Train and Rope and North by Northwest that I've never seen before.
Rope is good, dude. Rope is
Yeah.
really good.
So anytime the state is going to play one of these Hitchcock movies, I got to make it out there. I miss Psycho when they did it. We had something the night that they did.
Yeah,
They
they
played
did
Psycho on screen and had like an actual
had a
like
psychiatrist,
yeah.
right?
No, they had a coroner.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen Psycho a few times in the theater, never at the State though. I would love to see it there of all
Yeah.
places.
But Strangers on a Train is incredible. It's a great, fantastic thriller. The setup is like the best way I could describe it is like an actual thriller, with the plot of Horrible Bosses.
Well, I mean, they even make references to Strangers on a Train in Horrible Bosses, where they come up with the plan.
Too.
Yeah, it just got put on some streaming service, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Movie holds up for the most part, actually.
Because they did, yeah. The second one's awful, but that first one is good.
Yeah. But yeah, these two strangers meet on a train, and basically, Robert Walker, who plays Bruno, is this guy who lives with his parents still. And he's like a 30, 40-something-year-old guy. Meets Guy Hayes, who is like this all-star tennis player. And they meet, and they start talking on this train. And they basically find out that Guy Hayes wants his wife dead because she will not divorce him, even though they've been separated for a long time, and he would like to marry his his current girlfriend, a senator's daughter. Oh. Meanwhile, Bruno would like his dad dead so he could just get him out of his life because he's a piece of shit. And so Bruno pitches to Guy, hey, we're going to get caught if we kill these people because we're the first suspects. But what if we kill each other's person that we want dead? And so what happens is Bruno ends up killing the ex-wife of Guy, and Guy is like, no, I'm not doing this. I didn't agree to any of this.
Oh, shit.
And so it goes like from Bruno trying to frame Guy for killing his ex-wife, and it's this giant chase until the end. And the third act goes like bonkers, over the top crazy that I was not expecting from Hitchcock. It's okay. Yeah, it has to be seen to be believed.
Okay, I'm excited.
But a really, really tight thriller, great performances, great set pieces. Fantastic movie. Loved it.
Hell yeah.
And then rounding my my stuff off, my doobie doing is a couple things that we have both watched. So let's jump into it. Sam, what have you been doobie doing?
I'll start with a rewatch. I recently rewatched Sinners. I showed it to Maria. I hadn't watched it since that first theater watch. There are so many layers to this movie, and I knew this was going to happen on a second watch. Like, I loved it somehow even more than I did when I watched it in theaters, and I was pretty blown away. I'm so excited to rewatch
it because Kayla has not seen it yet.
Oh, either. God, it's so good. Like, I'm in awe of that movie. It will,
It's going to be our number ones.
It's probably going to be our number ones. I don't see anything else like taking it. It's such a solid movie.
Does Frankenstein
all the way
come
through.
out this year?
Oh yeah, GDT's Frankenstein does have a December release, so never say never, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah.
Maybe Strangers 2 will be up there too. I don't know.
If anybody listening to this has not watched Sinners yet somehow,
it's on HBO,
it's on
right?
HBO Max. Go watch it. Like, seriously. Turn this episode off. I mean,
no, don't. Finish it. We're almost done. I promise.
And then go watch Sinners.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sinners was great.
Seeing as it's like the one of the highest grossing R-rated movies of all time, I think most people have seen it by now.
Most people have probably seen it. If you've only seen it once after this episode, go watch it a second time. You're gonna find so much more to love about it. And then so I only got to 2 new watches because I've been moving. But we both were able to catch the new I Know What You Did Last Summer in the theaters. And this might come as a shock to most people who listened to our last episode. I loved this new I Know What You Did Last Summer. I thought it was fantastic. It is my favorite legacy, sequel, requel, whatever you want to call this new era of like slasher kind of remakes. I think it does. I think it plays all of the hits. I think it does it well. I think it handles nostalgia and remember berries in a way that like actually feels organic to the story that it's telling. I think it's very campy. I think it's very stupid. I think the first 2 are very stupid. What I like about this one is that I felt like it leaned into the camp. The characters, despite doing something kind of bad, although their inciting incident was kind of like, you could have just gone to the cops and it probably would have been fine.
Yeah, they literally did nothing wrong.
They didn't do anything wrong. They were just watching fireworks on a road. But whatever, I digress. Uh, without spoiling it, I think the third act does some things that no legacy sequel so far has had the fucking balls to do. And I think it pays off. I get why people see that ending and they're like, "No, that was terrible." I am glad it took that swing, and
Yeah.
I think that the performances behind that swing fucking incredible. Like for this movie anyways. Like it's not Oscar worthy or anything, but like dude, the kills in this are great. The gore effects. We talked about how the bodies, like the dead bodies in the first two, look like shit. The dead bodies in this one are gnarly as fuck. Like, oh my god, I love this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I did not have this on my bingo card, but I Know What You Did Last Summer might be on my top 10 list
Yeah.
of 2025.
Yeah, I love this too. I had so much fun with this movie. I think it's a blast. And like you said, here's a pitch right on air for our next Patreon episode for the month of August. We should tier rank these requels.
Yeah, I would love
every requel, horror requel, we should throw into a pot and tier rank them.
We're gonna have people unsubscribe because I feel like you and I both have a lot of hot takes regarding
We do have
this
a lot
kind
of
thing.
yeah. And I don't know in my own headcanon what would be towards the top. Really, I'd have to look through a list and see what it is. So I think we should do that.
I have two that come to mind, and they're the ones that everybody else hated.
Yeah. So let's do that for August Patreon.
Yeah, let's do it. That'd be fun.
But yeah, I love this movie. I love seeing Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt return to the series.
It was so great to see
looked
them
it up
again.
after watching the movie and was like, okay, what was the last time Freddie was like in a big theatrical movie? And like his last big one was Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. That was 21 years ago.
And Hewitt's been mostly in television for the last like 2 decades. And they both just slipped back into it with ease. I loved what they did with Julie James. Not my favorite final girl. I don't care for that character in the first two very much.
Not a better final girl than Sidney Prescott?
No, I don't think. Well, here's my hot take. She is a better legacy sequel final girl than Sidney Prescott is in the new Scream.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. Like the way they handle the legacy characters in this, I think is perfect. I think it's amazing. Like I fucking
they make the
love this
town
movie.
more interesting. Like the town, we talked about it in the episode. We love the town, but they make the town more interesting. Yeah, it's got good stuff. Highly
Still got
recommend.
the seaside, the ocean vibes. They have a little bit of a more bougie flair to it. Like I said, not on my bingo card. I did not like. I walked into this thinking like this is gonna be a 3-star movie that I'm gonna forget about in 2 days. I loved this movie. I've not stopped thinking about it.
There's a tease for a sequel, which I would love to get. I don't know if we're gonna get it because it's not doing very well at the box office.
People go see it. It's not going to be
what they were thinking.
It's not going to be in theaters for very long, so go see it.
Why they release this in July when Jurassic Park and Fantastic Four and Superman are all in theaters? I don't know what they were thinking.
It's a stacked summer, and you're just. This is not a movie that people were clamoring for, unfortunately, and so that's yeah.
Yep.
I get that they had to set it on 4th of July because the original was on 4th of July.
Came out after 4th of July, though.
You don't have to release it on 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like, Lethal Weapon wasn't released on Christmas. So, anyways, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Fucking great. Another fucking great movie.
Yeah.
And I mean fucking great. Like, I am not saying this ironically. I am not saying this as like, Casey, we watched Troll 2 because I found the Blu-ray at Last Stop.
Oh my God.
You told me, you were like, you can't watch this without me. And so I didn't. I brought it over to your house and we watched it together. Bonafide trashterpiece. This is amazing. Like, Troll 2 blew my fucking mind, dude. It is a movie that, like, every bad choice that they make actually enhances the movie in a weird way. Like, the terrible performances give it this kind of, like,
dreamlike.
I'm gonna say it. It's a little bit Lynchian. Like,
Where
not,
David Lynch's was on purpose. This one was because
it's accidentally Lynchian, yes.
yeah,
But like
like Fabio what's it?
Fabio Fragazzi,
Yeah,
is that what it is?
yeah. Fabio Fragazzi, like his is not intentional. It's just that he doesn't know how to speak English, so he
Yeah.
didn't know how to convey anything to his actors.
Yeah, so I read into this, and apparently, like, him and his writing partner did not speak English very well, but they wrote the whole script in English, and the
Which is his
English-speaking
wife, I
actors, yeah, I think it was, yeah, he wrote it with his wife.
Because they wrote Monster Dog together.
Yeah. And, like, apparently the actors were like, well, do you mind if we ad-lib to make it, like, feel a little bit more natural in the dialect? And he was apparently like, no, read the script. I respect that. The mom in this movie is so goddamn creepy. Like she's giving a bad performance, but because of that, like I'm kind of unnerved by her the whole time. The whole thing is kind of uneasy. Like I'm not blowing smoke. I genuinely was a little unnerved throughout this movie. And the practical effects, say what you will about them. I know they're cheap, but they're inventive and they are a lot of fucking fun. The like the kid, the oh my god kid who gets like starting to turn into a tree, like that shit was gnarly. I loved it. Troll 2 Troll 2 is fucking amazing. I literally I almost told Maria. I got home that night and I was so tired, but I'm like, do you want to put on Troll 2 right now? Like, we haven't watched it yet, but it's one of the first movies in the new place that I think I'm gonna pull out and watch again because I loved
Break
it.
in the new place with Troll 2.
With Troll 2, yeah.
Your new place is now in Nilbog, Sam.
Nilbog. Blint spelled backwards.
Yeah, I'm so happy you finally watched it and that I could be there with you to witness Troll 2 for the first time. Yeah, this is my favorite so bad it's good movie. I think it's the ultimate so bad it's good movie.
It really is. And you know what? If we have any late night at the state people listening, don't be surprised if this is the mystery. I'm gonna push so hard for it.
For it to be the mystery movie. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
People are going to hate us.
People are gonna hate us, but I don't know how you follow up Evil Ed with anything other than this.
I don't know. Well, I know how we're going to follow up this episode, Sam.
Yeah. How are we going to do it?
Getting the hell out of here. Let's wrap this thing up. Sam, where can the people find us online if they enjoy this show and they want to keep up with what we're doing?
If you enjoy this show, you want to keep up with it, you want to make sure you don't miss an episode, you can subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube if you like that video component. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, give us a 5-star rating, give us a review. Help us, beat the algorithm a little bit. You can also follow us on all social medias. Except for, the bad one. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok, which I guess you could call that one also the bad one, but we're on it anyways. And we're just search Screams from the Basement on any of those platforms, and we're always posting stuff. Yeah.
Well, if you want to help support the show, you can check out our merch on tpublic.com. Link in the episode description. You can pick up some awesome Screams from the Basement merch. Not that one. That is our October exclusive.
This was an exclusive.
We will have another one of those this October. That will be another Halloween exclusive, available 1 month only, which we should talk about soon. We should probably figure out what we're doing with that.
We'll figure out what we're doing with that, yeah.
Yeah, but we got some awesome other designs. We got some public domain horror movie tees up there. Yeah. We have some of our Screams by Night and Screams from the Basement merch up on our TeePublic store. Every purchase helps support the podcast. Another way to help support us is joining us on Patreon. Again, link in the episode description here to join us on Patreon. We have a $1, $5 tier. So as little as $1 a month, if you want to throw us $1 a month, like $1 is nothing nowadays. You can't buy anything for $1 anymore, but you can. You can buy our Patreon For $1 a month, you get our monthly newsletter, and you get it in an exclusive art print designed by Sam that both of us will sign and send your way. So you get to hold on to that forever. $5 tiers, you get a bonus episode each and every month, Sam's written reviews, Casey's collection vlogs, and our August bonus episode will be us tier ranking horror legacy requels.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one.
TCM 22 and S tier. Just saying it
we'll
now.
talk about
Calling my shot now.
We're gonna talk about it. I don't know. Coming up next week on the show, though, we have the one and only returning first ever 3-time guest to Screams from the Basement, producer, actor Joe Bandelli from the Hell House series, here to talk with us about Hell House LLC Lineage, the first theatrical film of the series and the first not to be a found footage movie. We'll get into the weeds with Joe on that one. So highly recommend that. Again, 3rd time on the show for Joe. Awesome interview. And again, I feel like we learn so much every time we get him on the show.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorite people to talk to because he goes into the actual process, like the creative process and what it's actually like to be on the ground, boots up, making an indie film. And it's fantastic. Yeah.
So that is next week. But yeah, Sam, what else we got? I think that's it.
I think that's it. We'll be announcing our full month schedule pretty soon here. We've got a pretty great lineup this
by the time this episode's out, it'll be out.
Yeah, exactly. So, you'll have seen that.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody, this was our Gator episode. What's your favorite alligator movie? Let us know. Sound off in the comments or wherever. Email us. Do something. Just talk to us, please. Get on our Discord. Get on our fucking Discord. We'll put a link in the notes. Because we always talk mad shit and also other stuff about movies in the Discord. Anyways, this is my ADHD running wild. I'm gonna wrap this up now with our sign off. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and sweet screams.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.